One of the most important things in soap opera acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.
It's me, it's JSB, and today on Acting is Reacting, well, it's time for another self-reaction, where I look at something that's online that I'm in. This time we're looking at, as you can see up there, speed dating comedy short, which isn't a pithy title, but it's an accurate description of what we're about to watch. It's a comedy short about speed dating. Now this one came via a mate of mine, and he was actually the writer and main actor in it. That's Rory. Hey, Rory. Now, we worked together on a couple of shoots in the past. This is the first one that he's actually asked me to do as a result of that. Basically, he was shooting a scene for himself, and he asked all the best actors he knows to take part in it with him. They all said no, so he turned to me, and this will be the result. Now, there's a few reasons I've chosen this particular video to do today. For a start, it's only 2 minutes long, so we'll make for a nice short video, and editing will be light. Hooray! It's the most recent thing I've done, at least the most recent thing to appear online, and I haven't actually watched it before. So it'll actually be a genuine first-time reaction as well. It's just a self-reaction. It's first-time self-reaction. Another thing, unlike the previous one, which is the Panda Bear music video, it shouldn't be blocked in Belarus or Russia. So everybody in the world can watch this one. Most importantly, unlike most things I'll be self-reacting to, I'm really only in this for a tiny bit at the end, so there's no me overload factor on this one. And one last thing, just to prove that it is me, if you couldn't tell from the face, I'm also wearing the same costume. And it is a costume. I don't typically wear bright yellow, but I do often pick up random things in charity shops in case they come in useful. This one hadn't before now, so I thought it was time to break it out. Nobody complained on the day, so I kept it on. What can I say? Okay, no more rambling. Let's crack on and watch Speed Dating Comedy Sketch.
It's my first time speed dating.
Alright.
Do you come here often?
Me? God no. Just brought
This
my mate
is
along.
our man, Rory.
Oh, which one?
The wheelchair one.
Oh,
That's
what's
me
his name?
in my lovely yellow jumper.
He goes by the name of Kevin McLeish, ex-Chelsea striker. Good play back in the day. Obviously a lot's changed since. He's been through a lot.
Obviously,
His wife left him.
Rory's
She
character is
walked
talking
out?
utter
God,
bullshit
you.
about me
She was legless.
and about everything.
She was all knees and spent a hell of a lot of time on it. If you know what I mean. Yeah, be careful.
This is Miriam playing his date and
Anyway,
my date
that's
shortly.
enough about me. Tell me a bit about yourself. What are you into?
I like poetry.
Poetry. Oh, you're gonna have to get me a bit more.
Romantic poetry. More specifically, spoken word. I like to hear a poet bleed from the heart.
Between me and you, I've been bleeding from my anus for about 4 weeks. My ideal of romance, but if that's what you're into, me and you could have a hell of a night.
Right, let's girls move along, shimmy, 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 and let's date again.
You've done it again.
Oh,
You've just cut
This
me
is
off.
Simon. He's
see
utterly
girls
mad.
move along,
Love
speed
him.
dating.
He's not camp like that in real life. Where's I am?
Ian. I see you met Paul.
Yeah.
Bless him. He comes here every week, apparently. It's like therapy for him.
And let's begin to date.
Yeah, that was my little cameo. That's it. And that's it for the film. Okay, as promised, short and sweet. As I mentioned before, Rory wrote that for himself, specifically as something to showcase his own skills in, which I think he did a fine job of. He hired actually a company, Film Doc Productions, to shoot it for us. I say us, for him. And they're basically a showreel company who I've worked for quite a few times actually in the past for other actors who come in who perhaps don't have any material at all, and Film Doc will write something like this, a 2-minute sketch. Obviously, in this case, Rory did it himself, but they have a guy on the team who will write things bespoke for you if you want it. This isn't an ad for them. I'm just telling you what happens. And they shoot everything and edit it together, and bang, you've got something that you can show people. If you're an actor starting out with nothing, or you're primarily a theatre actor who hasn't done much on screen, and you need to send something to people to show what you can do. I only had a tiny bit of input into the script, which was to change. Well, I didn't change any words. I just changed the emphasis of one. The original line was, "He comes here every week. Apparently, it's like therapy for him." But I thought that sort of suggested that if he comes here every week, I see him every week, which means I come here every week, and I'm just as big a loser. Which, just because I'm in a wheelchair, and this doesn't clearly, my character Ian is not the loser. I say clearly, he's only in it for about 10 seconds, but he's not. Okay, we can take it from me. So I changed it just a tiny bit with Roy's approval to he comes every week, apparently. So I've heard about him. He's got a reputation, but I don't know him that well because this is maybe not my first time, but I'm not here every week like he is. Anyway, that's just a little thing about script writing and how a very subtle difference to a line or a word can make the meaning a bit different. Fascinating or otherwise, let me know. And one last thing as well, because the character of Ian is in a wheelchair, I'll just talk about that for a second. Obviously, if this was a major film production, then you'd be quite rightfully hiring a disabled actor to play a disabled role. And I wouldn't ever think of taking on a role from a disabled person in that situation, and these days wouldn't be offered anyway, which is well and right. But a little quick sketch like this for a mate is a different story, and honestly, there wasn't actually wheelchair access in the venue we were shooting in anyway, which is ironic. So it's just as well he didn't know any actual disabled actors that he couldn't get into the building, or at least up to the toilets. Right, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed something a little bit different. Next time around on the self-reaction side of things, I'll look at showreels again, actually. I'll look at my own comedy showreel, which is interesting in many ways, but we'll come to that next time. Meanwhile, I will see you on the next video, when and indeed if that happens. Bye for now.